Hey marketing agency leaders, ever look at your agency and feel like you don't recognize it anymore? Like looking in the mirror and seeing a reflection you weren't expecting? It might be time for a new look. A thoughtful rebrand could be what's missing to give your agency the boost it needs.
We got well known as like the social media company, and so we really needed to correct that messaging, and that became kind of like a catalyst for a moment where people can find out more clearly what you're about.
But when do you know you need to refresh your brand? I'm David from AgencyAnalytics. Based on what we've learned from over 6,800 agency clients, we're diving into rebranding. Buckle up as we dive into the top 5 signs it's time for a rebrand and the steps you can take to start your refresh. One sign a rebrand is on the horizon is whether your agency brand identity is outdated. When I say your brand identity is outdated, what do you think of? A logo designed in Microsoft Paint or something from a decade ago? It's not just about a dusty logo or a website that screams early 2000s. It's deeper than that because a brand is more than a logo. For example, Facebook signaled broader ambitions with their rebrand as Meta. They wanted to change the perception of the business as only a social media platform. How is your agency perceived in the market? Does your agency brand still resonate with the values and expectations of your clients?
Rebrand felt a bit like a juvenile brand, I guess. It was like this kind of raw, organic, beige, warm colors, very casual language, tone of voice. Obviously the term bird brain's got some connotations of being, it's got that sort of more humorous, lighthearted, relatable sort of tone to it, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with any of that, but it felt like we kind of outgrew it a little bit.
If your agency feels stuck in limbo, it's not just a facelift you need. It's an identity overhaul. Remember, your brand isn't just what you look like, it's how people feel about your agency. Alright, let's say you've pivoted. Maybe your agency started off catering to small local businesses. Fast forward to today, and now you're focused on marketing for regional law firms. That's a massive shift. Shouldn't your agency brand also evolve? Absolutely. An audience change is a big sign that a rebrand is needed.
We wanted to expand beyond the automotive niche, not because it isn't important to us or financially beneficial, but because our team wanted to push the boundaries. We wanted to explore more creatively and use our skill sets differently. In 2012, we took risks and rebranded our name and image. This has been a win for us internally, resulting in new client relationships.
When the audience changes, your old brand won't speak to the new niche audience you're catering to and won't resonate the same way. If your agency brand can't bridge that gap, you're missing out on attracting potential clients. Next, this is crucial. What sets you and your agency apart? Every other agency claims to be unique. This is why the third sign of a rebrand could be in your future as you strive to be different. If you're struggling to answer what makes your agency unique in the market, it's a red flag. Your brand lacks a clear differentiation point. A strong rebrand positions your agency as a leader in a specific domain or emphasizes your proprietary processes. One common tactic is to leverage what so often makes your agency unique: you.
Currently, it is Delmain, and it also is my last name, and very much want to kind of build that reputation around me. It starts with me, it permeates through my organization. So I said, why not stand behind my name?
Stand out. If your current brand doesn't spotlight your niche, your experience, or your unique approach to marketing, it's time to rebrand. Often, an agency evolves over time, and your branding may need to recognize that evolution.
I think that's the difference between when you start out and when you become established. Like, you have to change the way you did things. What worked 3 years ago doesn't work anymore. And that's kind of the same in marketing generally anyway. That if you were still doing now the type of stuff you were doing 3 years ago, you'd be totally left behind. So we have to continuously adapt and change.
Similarly, bigger challenges can create the need to rebrand. These big challenges include an acquisition or a merger. This isn't just business as usual, it's transformative. That reflection you once saw in the mirror has new faces, new skills, and maybe even a new purpose. Your agency brand needs to reflect that new chapter. Just like Instagram went through a rebrand once Meta took over. A rebrand unifies the new additions with a new shared vision. And while you're at it, you should showcase to your current and prospective clients that you're bigger and better together. Let's face it, sometimes things go wrong. Perhaps your agency was caught in a scandal, or maybe a campaign you ran missed the mark and backfired. Negative brand recognition could be like a bad tattoo. It sticks. If your agency's reputation has taken a hit, a rebrand isn't just advisable, it's necessary. A successful rebrand can turn the tide, helping to replace the bitter with the sweet in the minds of your audience. There you have it, the 5 signs your agency is in need of a rebrand. Change happens, and your brand shouldn't always stay the same. Now go out there and make sure your agency brand represents the best of who you are. Are you ready to take the leap? Find more about the top 5 signs and steps you can take to rebrand your marketing agency in this post. The link is in the description below. Do you have questions or tips about rebranding your agency? Drop them in the comments below. If you found today's video valuable, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with a fellow agency leader. Until we meet again, keep pushing forward, and I'll catch you in the next video.